You see, everybody wants to associate with Nigeria. Everybody loves Nigerians. It is a fact. Most people will rather be with a Nigerian than any other nationality. But the ignoble, the condescending, or the bad treatment Nigerians receive around the world and around the points of entries of different countries, it's something that is not spoken much about. The way Nigerians are treated at so many airports, it's so shameful, so painful, and so heartbreaking. Sometimes you ask yourself, what is it that I have done differently being a Nigerian? It is time we start speaking about it. We can't all keep quiet about it. Today in the Diary of a Broken Man, we look at Nigeria's passport and how it takes us around the world. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and to comment. So, the Nigerian passport's low global ranking and the negative treatment of Nigerians abroad are intertwined issues rooted in perception of Nigeria's government, economy, the security, and the behavior of some Nigerians. It is important to use that in parentheses, some Nigerians, because the overgeneralization is so painful that some Nigerians will make every effort to be of their best self and still, as of March 30th, 2025, which is today, the Nigerian passport ranks poorly, around 94th to 100th on indices like Henley Passport Index, granting visa-free or visa on arrival access to only about 46 to 82 countries, depending on the metric. This reflects not just travel restrictions, but a broader lack of international respect, often manifesting in scrutiny, visa denials, and the discrimination against Nigerians. So we shall talk about or analyze the problem and some actionable steps to improve Nigeria's standing. So the question is, why the Nigerian passport? Why? And the Nigerians face treatment perception around the world. That treatment of perception, because it's perception or that comes from overgeneralization. So let's speak to that first of all. Perception of criminality. Now, high profile cases of fraud, drug trafficking, and human trafficking involving Nigerians have tarnished the nation's image. While these acts are perpetrated by a minority, they dominate global narratives, leading to profiling at borders and embassies. Unfortunately, Nigeria is not even a significant number. I mean, the number of Nigerians that are doing fraud, total number of Nigerians, both the ones caught and the ones that are not caught, doing fraud. I mean, every Nigerian doing fraud, every Nigerian in human trafficking, every Nigerian in, if you count them, they are not even up to a up to 2% of the amount of some other nations around the world, even the high-profile nations. But this seems to drive the image of Nigeria. Sometimes I wonder, if you talk about fraud, Nigeria is not even among the first 20 countries in fraud. There are countries that are into this. They go around the world, they are deep in fraud. Still, even those countries still have the mouth and the effrontery to talk about Nigeria. If you talk about human trafficking, Nigeria is still learning when it comes to human trafficking. There are countries that do this to their highest point. Some of their politicians, some of their cartels run this as a business, become billionaires, I mean world-end billionaires, five-star billionaires through human trafficking. But unfortunately, the image seems to be cling to Nigeria. It's unfortunate, it's painful that we bear the brunt of what some other nations are doing and what we are doing a fraction of. Not because we support it, but because the image is too bad to bear. I mean, like some other people, it's just like, let me paint a picture here. Two people are thieves. One steals $200. The other is stealing in billions of dollars. But the person who steals $200 is always the one mentioned as a thief. The other is just everybody is quiet about what he's doing. Nobody wants to talk about how bad he is. Even stealing billions. That is what is happening. And we must speak it. While we condemn in totality the evil of human trafficking, the evil in doing fraud and some other, bad things, weak governance and corruption. Now, decades of mismanagement, corruption, and the failure to deliver basic services have eroded Nigeria's credibility. A country such as unable to govern itself effectively struggles to command respect abroad. Another one is insecurity and instability. Ongoing issues like the Boko Haram insurgency, banditry, and kidnapping reinforces a view of Nigeria as chaotic, promoting stricter immigration controls by other nations wary of security risk. Unfortunately, some of these nations wary of security risk are where their school children are shot by some people. Somebody claims he has mental illness and takes the gun and enters the school and shoots school children. Gun violence everywhere, but they are not high-risk countries. The average Nigerian have not even seen a gun at close range. The average Nigerian has not even handled, apart from the small knives that they use to cut orange and cut onions. They have not even handled, they have not even handled blood aside animals like chicken. But somehow we bear the brunt of insecurity, Some nations have been funding insecurity around the world, but they are not insecure. They are not high-risk countries. Some nations have been terrorizing the world with their, fight for democracy and fight for this and fight for that. They are not high-end countries with insecurity or risk countries. But some other nation bears that brunt, probably because we have weak and irresponsible leaders. I think that's the only explanation to that. Another one is economic struggles. Despite being Africa's largest economy, Nigeria's poverty rate, pegged at 38.9% in 2023, now on 39 points or 42 points, something thereabout, as of 2025 by World Bank. And the reliance on oil exports signal underdevelopment. Wealthier nations often associate economic weakness with illegal migration risk, lowering passport prestige. Another problem is diaspora behavior and overstays. Some Nigerians overstay visas or engage in irregular migration, reinforcing stereotypes and promoting harsher policies like Nigeria's own 5 to 10 years visa ban for overstays announced in 2025. While aimed at enforcement, highlights the problem. Porous border and documentation issues. Weak border and security and the discrepancies in identity system, example, the passport, NIN mismatch, full perception of fraud, reducing trust in Nigeria's travel documents. Some of the problems we even encounter are like government-based problems. People suffer to register NIN, for instance, or, and you are hearing that somebody's NIN or information data is stolen by another person and being used by another person. So many things, so many irregularities due to bad governance. So steps to command more respect as a Nigerian. One is short-term action pegged to 1 to 5 years. Let's look at our short-term, action to increase the respect of our passport and our personalities, our image outside Nigeria. Enhance passport integrity and immigration enforcement. Number one is to continue digitizing passport processes. Example, 2024 automated application rollout to curb forgery and the touting. Enforce the new visa overstay penalties transparently to signal seriousness about immigration compliance, potentially improving Nigeria's image as a rule-abiding nation. Crack down on high-profile crime. Prosecute and publicize convictions of fraudsters, traffickers, and corrupt officials. Visible justice, can counter negative stereotypes and show commitment to reform. Improve diplomatic advocacy. Strengthen Nigeria's foreign mission to assist Nigeria citizens abroad promptly and protest mistreatment effectively, as the Foreign Affairs Ministry has been criticized for inaction. Negotiate visa-free agreements with more countries. Leveraging ECOWAS influence and diaspora contribution, amplify positive narratives. Promote Nigeria's successes like Nollywood, like the tech startups, cultural exports through government-backed campaigns. Highlight diaspora achievements. Example, remittance of $20.1 billion in 2022 to shift focus from crime to contribution. Ease travel for Nigerians. Streamline passport issuance, clearing backlogs like the 200,000 resolved in 2024, and the reduced cost corruption at immigration offices, signaling efficiency and dignity to citizens and the world. Medium-term actions. Remember, we talked about 1 to 5 years. Now we talk about 5 to 10 years action. One is economic diversification and growth. Reduce oil dependency by investing in agriculture, tech, and manufacturing. A stronger economy beyond 2.9 projected growth for 2023 to 2025 boosts passport power as wealthier nations gain visa-free access more easily. Next one is to tackle insecurity. Bolster insecurity forces to end insurgency and kidnapping, projecting stability. A safer Nigeria reduces the risk label that justifies travel restrictions. Reform governance. Fight corruption systemically. Example, digitize public service and improve infrastructure. Example, power, road, schools, hospitals. A functional state earns respect and reduces immigration processes that weaken passport values. Citizen education and the conduct. Launch campaigns urging Nigerians abroad to respect host country laws, countering the Yahoo stereotype. Encourage diaspora role model to mentor youths against crime. Long-term vision from 10 years upwards. Build a unified national identity system that fosters patriotism and competence over ethnic division, as weak national cohesion undermines global perception. Leaders like Olusegun Obasanjo, despite flaws, show these can elevate Nigeria's stature. Leveraging regional leadership is another thing. Deepen our ECOWAS integration and push for an African visa-free regime. Example, Kenya's 2025 move to grant visa-free to every African coming to Kenya. Invest in human capital. Improve education and healthcare. Nigeria ranks 150th on the 2020 Human Capital Index. To reduce desperation-driven immigration and showcase a skilled populace, that's one thing we should do. Then the question we need to ask ourselves as a nation, the question we need to ask is, are we gaining or are we losing? Currently, Nigeria is in a transitional phase. Gains include passport digitization, infrastructure from Chinese loans, and diaspora remittances. But there are many losses, and we need to speak about it. Debt burdens, insecurity, and a trade imbalance with partners like China hinders our progress. The passport slow rank hasn't budged significantly since 2019. 46 visa-free destinations, suggesting stagnation. However, reforms like the contactless passport and visa enforcement could signal a slow climb if sustained. In conclusion, to command respect, Nigeria must address root causes, which include crime, bad governance, and economic weaknesses, while projecting its strength, soft power. This requires a government committed to transparency and the citizens willing to uphold national dignity. Respect won't come from PR stunts. That is not true. But from tangible progress, a secure, prosperous Nigeria with a passport that opens doors, not closes them. It's a long game, but starting with accountability and pride can shift the tide. Let me know what you think in the comment section about our passport issues and the treatment we receive around the world and what you think we can do differently. How else do you think we can tackle this issue to regain our image, good image outside of Nigeria? Because Nigerians are trying. They are doing their best. In various universities around the world, Nigerians are excelling. Many companies have Nigerians even as their CEOs, as their general managers, and so on and so forth. We need respect. How do we, command this respect as a nation? I'll wait for you in the comment section. Remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment. And the Diary of a Broken Man. We see you on the next one. Cheers.